Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a big warm welcome. I loved everyone joining me and I really hope you'll stick around because we do have some fun. So today I'm playing about with some playing cards and I'm just gonna take the first couple, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint them with gesso because they've got quite a shiny surface. They're not like old-fashioned playing cards that was more papery. Now they're always very plasticky, but they make a nice little journaling card. I think they're a lovely little size, and so if I've found, and I'm sure many of you have, if you paint them with a bit of gesso first, they're a lot more versatile and they will be a lot more receptive, I suppose is the word, to different mediums that you want to use on top of them that don't just slide off or make not much of an impact. So I'll show you. I've got one here and I've just inked it, really. Let me wipe my gesso-y fingers a sec. I've just inked it with a little bit of vintage photo and it has coloured and that, but as you can see, look, with my wet thumb that's not completely dry, I can remove some of that. So I'm gessoing first and I've already prepared some so that I ain't got to keep stopping, starting. Now, what I've done with these, I gessoed, let them dry and done front and back, and then this one, well, all of these, right, this is what it looks like when I've dipped it in coffee and let it dry, you know. So it has clung to the gesso a bit, but it leaves quite a patchy effect. It would have to be re-dipped and then dried that way up, I suppose, to get a better coloration of the coffee. But that was how all these looked. And then what I did, and you can still see through them a little bit, I've gone over each one after it was completely dry from having a little bath in the coffee, just a quick little dunk, and then I've gone over and inked them all. And although it's not completely opaque, you can see that they're a lot more oldie looking, you know, and for me they're a better base now than this one, which I'm gonna just pop a bit of gesso on here. I might as well, because like I said, it's not the base that I wanted. So these ones will be drying off while we get cracking on our ones that I've already coffee dyed and inked, and we'll just ink this one. I just wanted to show you the effect though, so that I'm not jumping ahead and talking about things that you're thinking, well, how did you get from that to this? You ain't told us or shown us. So I just thought I'd give you the little heads up at the beginning. Right, so I've just popped our wet cards that have been painted, and it's just white acrylic gesso, and you can get it anywhere. You can get black now and all. I don't know about other colours, but I know they do a black. I've been tempted to get that, but then I just think, oh, the mess that I'd make, can you imagine? You know, I'm not the tidiest of workers. Well, I like to keep a tidy area, but I'm quite accident prone, and I slosh things about. And I think with black gesso it'd be like tar. So I've been part of me really wants to try it, and then part of me keeps thinking, nah love, stick to what you know and don't start messing about with something that will look like tar, or what do you call it, what was the other thing my mum used to give me as a kid, cod liver oil and malt. Oh, vile. but that's an whole nother story. Right, so now you can see, even though this was patchy and weird and that, now it's got just a bit of ink on, and I haven't dipped. This is just me, what's left, the residue that's left from the last time I used it, and as you can see, it colours quite well. You might have to have a little bit of a rub, but now I think I've got a nice decent base, and like I said, you can slightly see through them, but it's all good because we're going to start and we'll just make them into nice little journaling cards. So we're going to want surfaces that can be written on. I've got a couple of these, and I thought that's a nice little area. I thought if I put that like that on one, and then maybe just on the edge, a little mark there, so I'm going to turn that round and maybe do it like that, and then there is that little bit of space to journal on, and this as well. I think that will be quite a nice little base there. Let me grab some book page, just so that I can use my glue stick without gluing everything in the whole wide world at the same time. Right. Oh, do you see what I mean? Of being accident prone straight away. Something with glue on has flew out my hand. Oh dear, it's like my limbs are just alive. Oh, sorry, that was, looks like a pizza menu just come through the door. I've got an empty house, loves. I ain't got no one in, so I thought, oh, I can crack on, get some work done. But my dining room walks like, and kitchen, you walk straight in off the street. So the pizza boy with his new menu, yeah, I should get a sign for on the door. No post filming. I could make one, couldn't I? Right, I'm just going to cut that around and get rid of that. Push that down, and I think for the back, that's a nice little place to journal, just a little bit different from putting plain paper. Right, so I'm going to grab out some bits of paper as well that we can use on the backs first. Quite nice. Have I got anything that's a little bit bigger? Oh, that's from a paper bag, shopping bag. I've got these strips maybe. And let's see, they're quite nice. I could use the back or even the front of one of these. I should have rummaged beforehand, shouldn't I? But I just thought, everyone's gone out, and I thought, God, as quick as a wink I'll take the camera on, because they'll all be home soon and it'll be right noisy. Oh, yeah, that's all right to use. That looks quite nice as well. There's a little bit of imprint of wallpaper. Right, that should be plenty, more than plenty. I'll leave the lid off that in case I need it in a minute. Right, we've done that one. And I'll get the tear ruler. Oh, what have I just knocked off? Scissors. Right, let's... Yeah, that looks cool. Try and and get a ripped edge up here, but I might not manage it when it's so... Oh no, I'm doing it! Oh, tiny things please tiny minds, don't they say. So, I could probably get a couple out of this one. So that is a perfect size. And I think we'll have the lines and that. Hang on. I've got to lose the ends. And then just seeing the width. Maybe about there. Right. So we've got them. And I'll just rip these and be right back. Right, so I spared you the pain of watching me tear and ink 50 million sheets of paper, or pieces of paper I should say. We've got that for our back on that one. We've got 4 more to back, and I wanted them all different. So I've got plenty here, more than enough. So some will be probably used, well, will be definitely used on the other side, which will be our decorative side. But I just wanted a little bit different even there. Maybe something like that. Well, there's hardly any point. I could do a smaller piece, because there's hardly any point of sticking that lovely sheet music behind something that you're never going to see it. It's not going to see the light of day again. There's not much point to that. So maybe a little bit. And yeah, let's get gluing, and we'll see what we want as we go along, won't we? So this is the bag that I cut up, Primark, out of nice big paper bags. And yeah, I find the insides lovely to work with, because it's like craft card. So I really like how that looks, and it's really good surface to write on, nice and porous, but not too much. So it's, yeah, just a nice base. And some of their bags they have are huge, aren't they? Like for you in the UK that know Primark, some of the bags are massive, and yeah, they go a long way. So I do like to save them, or if any of the family has gone to Primark, I'll get them to save the bags for me. And we're just going to do little bits, aren't we, on this one? So they're sticking to my fingers already. So I hope you're all well, my loves, and the winter ain't getting to you too much, how it drags and drags on, don't it? It seems like never ending. It seems like the longest winter this year, but I think I could start saying that every year now. I think I'm getting old, and I think that must be why. I sound like my nan. But yeah, it does. It feels like this winter has been so very long. I can't wait to see the first bees and butterflies and that of the season, because I think it's an instant lift, isn't it? Right, so we've got our spaces for journaling on the backs. Now we can do the best bit, which, well, the best bit I think, yeah, I'm just making sure that I've got them the right way up. I've got a bit of glue on my finger there, and it could do with going under this corner. There we go. Just so it's stuck down nicely, that's it. And yeah, now we can start having a little play around with the front. Now, with this in mind, I've printed off some little photographs. I've scaled them down nice and small, and I've got these ones, just look so lovely. These are my favourite ones because they look super old. These ones are from like the 1950s, apart from that one, which is ancient, but I didn't scale it down small enough, so I've got to do that one again because I will be using her somewhere. Great grandmother or I think that is. But yeah, this is my nana and my great nana. This is a great aunt from up north. This is my London family. This is up north family. And this one, right, that's my kids. They did, when my Josh there was in nursery school, they did one of these things where they get someone in and they dress up the kids and they take photos of them to look like old-fashioned photos. And I've got a few. And I've also got ones where Millie was at the same nursery and they'd done them, but they didn't let you take family in by then. They was like, oh no, only the nursery kids. Because when they'd done it with all the family, apparently it took too long. What should have been a morning of taking the nursery photographs took like about 3 days. But yeah, so they didn't do that. But yeah, I've still got them, and they was like on this like sort of sepia, and I've just sort of scaled it down. But yeah, that's one of my favourite photos. So you're going to see my kiddies in this one. They're all big men and women now. And yeah, that was a very long time ago, but they're super cute, I think. So that pretty much fills up the whole thing. I'm going to have it a bit on the wonk and take off the little edges there. And obviously I want more on here. So, oh, I can show you what I did last night, and well, all day pretty much, on and off yesterday. You know, I have these in various sizes for all my trims and that. Right, now I live here, I can't have them all on hanging from the wall on a line. And I had this old box. I'm waiting to show you the lid because like it's a ta-da moment, right? This box. And it's not part of the 2 sets that I've got now for all my scraps, but the lid was all coming away and broken and everything. So I covered it in loads and loads of little scraps of paper. I sat tearing and inking for ages and ages and ages. And this gorgeous hippie flower that I got from my very dear friend Ruby over at Little Books. Hello darling, I love ya. And I've been saving this for somewhere special. And when I was fixing this yesterday, I went all over it. On the inside, I just went all around the edge to like make sure that was, because that was where it was broke, all along these edges, and it was all hanging off. And then I just put some nice quotes in the middle, and it's still got all my scraps in and that, but it's really sturdy again, like a brand new box. And I was looking at it thinking, although I love the collage, and I also love this bit, so I didn't want to hide the whole thing. I wanted to keep the thing, but I didn't think that it was lacking something. And I was thinking, oh, what should I do in the middle? And then I remembered that I've been waiting to find a permanent home for this hippie flower, and so I put her on there. And don't it just look so lovely? I'm so pleased with how it's turned out. This one, because it was falling apart, I've been hiding it at like under my desk or in a cupboard and that, whereas the others I have on show on top of my storage units. Whereas now, once I finished this and put that on last night, I thought, that ain't going away. I ain't putting that away. It's too nice. So I'm keeping it out now, and I absolutely adore the result. So I just wanted to share that with you, because as you can tell, little things excite me and bring me joy, and this was just one of them little things that I thought, it's a darling now. I absolutely love it. Right, so getting back to the project, and sorry if I bored you to tears with that little interjection. Oh, I dropped my fabric scissors, didn't I? Here they are. And so this is quite a biggie. You're not going to see a lot behind, but I want something. I might just put a bit of this coffee dyed lace or fabric. It's not really lace, but it's nice and oldie looking. I might just put that there. I can trim it a little bit if I want to, once it's on. I'll just remove that. That's one of my hairs. I molt like a dog. I really do. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I molt like a dog. It's terrible. When I stay over Jamie's, it's like, oh my God, like I have to hoover 10 more million times. It's like your hair just gets everywhere. But and yeah, it's thick, and yeah, it just grows like. If I didn't cut it, I'd look like what's it called, like an Ewok thing. I might leave that end bit at the bottom a bit tatty. I do like the tatty edge, and I've just pulled it a bit too hard. Hang on, no, I'll pull it a bit hard elsewhere. That's it. I kind of like that. Right, I'm going to have the kiddies. A little bit wonky, but not too much so. I think like that. I'm going to stick them down, and then we can embellish on top of them. And I didn't put the lid on the glue, so it all started coming out. Like, again, it's got a little mind of its own. Let's just pop that on a sec, and I'll get them there in that corner. No, I wanted it more like that. Move that piece. I need a bit of glue on there. I was going to cut it off, but where I've got the trim hanging, I think it'll look cool. Stuck to that like that. So it's just coming off of the playing card, but we've got that raggedy edge there. And I need something up there. I've got these little bits of trim, or I've got these little flowers. I kind of like that. I might chop one of them off and just give that little end a little trim. Oops. I kind of like that there. Just make sure I've got it the right way up. Yeah, I have. That's going to go there. And I'm thinking maybe a button. Got this little blue one. Kind of stitch on, or like that. That's quite nice. The beigey one I think might be cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that one, and I'm going to have it so it's a bit on the fabric and a bit just overlapping on the, what's it called, photograph. So I've got some thick waxed linen thread. That's on. Ow, I just stabbed myself. I didn't want to do that, did I? But it happens. But yeah, I do hope you at home are a lot more careful than me. Oh, look at the state of my hands from the ink. It's awful. Right, and tie this in a little knot and then trim it and glue it on. And then I'm going to give my hands a good old wipe with the wet wipes, because they look filthy. As my mum would say, you look like you've been digging a hole. When I used to come in from playing out as a kid, I always used to get dirty. And she'd be, yeah, either digging a hole. No, that was it. She'd say I used to look like I'd been digging potatoes, or been down a coal hole. But no, it was just, I was one of those adventurous little tomboy types when I was playing out, climbing, and yeah, sometimes digging holes. And yeah, getting stuck up to the eyeballs. And things don't change, do they? I'm going to be 50 this year, and I'm still getting stuck up to the eyeballs. Right. That will hold. Press it down nicely. And I'm just going to put that one to one side because that one is done. It might be better though. It will hold, but the bottom of the button's got that kind of shape, as has the top. So I might put a little, lift that up before it does dry. Right. Ah. Oh, look at me. I am just getting stuck up everywhere. If I put a bit of a ruffle of something like that, maybe. Oh. If you've got a sort of surface that's a bit like that of fabric, it will cling much better and it won't go nowhere. So that is what I'm going to do. And you see where I've already got the glue from the button, don't really need much more glue to keep this smushed up bit in place. Right. And then my button, blob of glue on there, and it will stick much better and be far less likely to ever come off because the fabric can smush up around it, you see, and they cling to each other. Because I didn't have a flat button like that where the base is completely flat. I could have used that one, but I preferred this one. But I actually like that better now. It's just got a little bit of twinkle in it, and so I feel that one is done. Oh, I got this out because I've been puzzling where to use it, and I really like it. So I'm thinking, right, I could stick that down and then trim it once it's on. Come on. Just get it up to the edge like that. And I want that edge overlapping. Come up a bit. Oh, that's really pretty. That really is. And I don't want to hide too much of that. So I'm just going to neaten up the end. And a tiny bit there. Right. And then oh, I am sorry. I'm a raving lunatic. And I've just knocked my little piggy desk hoover off of the desk. Right, I don't want to hide a lot of that, so I'm going to look at my trims. I'll just put these to one side for a sec. Maybe a little bit sari silk on that bit, smushed like I was just saying. Right. And oh, here it is. Right. Oh, at the ends. And right, push that down in the middle, and then I'm just going to smush it a little bit there and there. Right, that's our right way up, so we've got it that side. Push that back onto the card and that end. And now, that's quite pretty. Or I've got these little paper doilies. No, I think I like that. And I've got smaller ones. Maybe I could have a smaller one and then the larger one. I kind of like that. But I think I'm going to make these a little bit darker. Right, have I got that the right way? Yeah, I have. Just gently tapping with just the residue that's left on there from inking beforehand, and that one's upside down. I could have dyed them in tea or coffee, but I don't want to stop and start because I get all confused of where I was or what I've said, and I'll say the same things 50 times. Oh, but yeah, get some glue on here, and this one will be all fabric, which is nice. Maybe, right, I'll bring that off a little bit. Maybe something else, like in one of these folds. Oh, now what about one of them? This was a gift from my lovely friend Denise over at Wonderful Crafts. I like that very much, nestled right in there. Or let's try that. No, that little hole, it's like it was made for her. The little fold. So in she goes. I'll quickly pop the lid on my glue and then position her once. Yeah. Oh, I really do like that. It's just subtle but pretty. Little bit of sparkle. And I don't think that needs any more with that on. I don't want to go overboard with these because I have a plan for them at the end. How many else have I got? 3. Right. Let's get some sheet music on, and I'll leave that upside down over there, and I'll just use my glue stick for a sec because otherwise I'm going to be sitting there shaking my glue up and down. I've got a new one ready to go waiting here on the desk, but I don't want to open it before I finish the other one. I'm a little fusspot, like with things like that. No. Right. I could use another photograph. Where's my nanas? No, they're too big. I won't see none of the sheet music. That one's perfect for there. Yeah. Right. Put it like that. And that's a great, it's even my great on great Auntie Bessie. Could have a little flower. Or I'll grab a little bit of trim. Right, I've got this little bit. I think I'm going to put that along the bottom. Trying to not cover up too much of that bottom bit. It's the name of the photographer, and I like the font and that, and the fact that it says the little name of the photographer like they used to do in the olden days, and put them on postcards and that. I love that. I absolutely adore it, and I'm lucky enough that I've got loads and loads of old family photographs. So since I moved, didn't know where they was, but I found a few, so I thought I'm going to use them, and I've been scanning them and playing about with them and that, and yeah, hopefully I'll be able to put them to much better use than just sitting in a box forever like they have been. So that there, I could have a little stamp. Let's see what it looks like when it's inked up. Yeah, I think I could have that up there. Possibly a little blue button to tie in with that stamp down here. Or I've got some little words here. Joy would fit in there nicely. Maybe joy and then the button. Yeah. What was on the other glue? Oh, here it is. So we'll have our little stamp at the top. And before I stick the word joy on, I want a little bit of cheesecloth. So I'll just snip a little corner. And stick it again. I'll get rid of that pink piece of thread that was clinging to it from somewhere. It's way too big. Just give it a little tug. There's another pink piece of thread. Let's get rid of that. And so if that is there, like that, maybe up the other way a bit. Right. You can still just see the word photographer, but you can see his like signature sort of imprint there, up very close. I know you can't see it on camera, but the recipient will be able to see those little details, you know, the name of the photographer and things like that. I think it all adds to the fun, don't it? And I don't know why I'm about to stick that on, because I find, oh, look at me, I've got cheesecloth hanging off my fingernails. And another bit on my thumb that I can't get off. Right, that's it. Yeah, I do like to see thread through a button. I just think it just adds to it in little ways, you know, like we're working with small playing cards, so you want to sort of not make them too plain but not go overboard. So little things like the thread in the button and things like that are all little things that are like aesthetically pleasing, which is the whole point, isn't it? For us messing around with bits of paper and whatnot. Right, and that I'm going to pop a tiny little bit of glue there so it keeps that going sort of up the side part of it, and then the rest coming down the bottom. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I'll stop playing about with it because I am very sticky. Where's my wet wipe? We've got 2 more to go, loves, and one of them is the picture of my nannies, and the other one, I've got a couple of little bits of fabric. I'm not sure what one I want to use. See, I've cut that already to size, but I've also done the same with this one. Don't know what one I want as my base. I think I like the frayed edges of that one, and it's only the base. You won't see all of it, but I like the frayed edges. And I just, it's not vintage or anything like that. Ages ago I bought a pack of some ladies' handkerchiefs, really cheap, from somewhere or another. What do you call it? Pack, I think, of 6. And so obviously I've never used them. They're not used handkerchiefs. I bought them on, I think eBay it was, especially. And yeah, they're handy. Like, that's just one part of it. But yeah, they're handy for little projects. Now, I think what might be nice with this one, because I've got the blue flower in the middle, is if I stick a little bit of lace at the bottom. I want the bottom bit hanging off a bit. Hang on, what way are those flowers up? I can't see unless... I can't really tell. I think that way. Well, they're going to be that way for me. Right. And how deep are they? I don't need to have too much glue. Right. And it will be like a little... I've got a web of glue gone right across the middle. I don't want to glue it down in the middle. Oh, woman, what is wrong with me today? Even shaky hands. I'm saying today as if like it never happens. It nearly always happens, don't it? I'm a shaky kind of girl. Right. And this side. Right, so I'll lose that tiny bit and keep that other bit. In there, I could fit something like that, couldn't I? So, I could even fit a couple of them. So, I'm going to have a word on the bottom. Maybe that might be a bit too deep. I might need to take a bit off of it. Let's see. I forgot I wanted to use these little words until we did me great auntie. But yeah, that might look nice. And just being really careful, a little bit of glue, and then straight away I'm going to poke something in and wiggle it about a bit, because I don't want you to glue that down. But because it's lace, the glue will seep through. But yeah, I'll just give that a little wiggle and then it'll stop it taking hold, but I can press down so that it adheres to the lace. Right, yeah, that's alright, that's going to fit. Okay, so I could put a couple in, couldn't I? And I have got a couple all ready to roll. And there it is. I didn't know what I did with my hole punch. And we just need a little bit of something on them. And that's a really simple one, but quite cute, because you get a little extra room to journal or just to look at these little tags, put them elsewhere, do what you want with them. And yeah, it just adds a little extra something, doesn't it? So, I've got to have enough cut of sari silk in here. I did mean to tidy it up. I tried a little bit, but it's... Right, so I've got a couple of little bits of sari silk. And I'll just poke them through. And these are only thin little bits that I've cut out of scraps of a really thin paper pad that's just one-sided, but they're very beautiful, elegant little patterns, and I think go really nice with this kind of style journal that I'm doing at the minute. I'm trying to keep like the photos that I've used, even though I haven't said it's a specific era. I did have like a couple like from the 1920s, like late 1920s and 1950s and that, but I didn't use them. I thought they was too modern for some reason. I just wanted to stick with older. So I know that one's my kids, but they're in a really old-fashioned style. That's super duper old, because she'd be like about 150 years old now or something like that. She'd be well old. And the other one of me, great nana and my nan, that's really old and all, because what was my nan born in about 1911, something like that. So, and she's only young there. So yeah, that would be a really old one. Oh look, I ain't got, look, all that worrying and poking with the glue, I've poked through the bottom, so it's not actually a pocket at all. So I just want to give that a quick wipe. It's gone all gunky and awful. And then just a little bit of glue across the bottom there, so there is actually a pocket. But yeah, it needs a little something more, doesn't it? Could use one of those ones, although flowers on flowers, I'm not sure about that. Although I have got these. Oh, that might be a bit too much. That could look quite nice actually, going up there. I think I will have that. Sometimes I'm a bit funny, like, of what to put on top of what, but you know when you know, don't you? Like, you can play around with things and you just know when it's pleases you. I'm going to go into the lace and try and poke that stem through if I can. Oh yeah, look, I've got it through. And then glue down. You see? So it's just coming out to the bit where it says dream. I don't know why, but yeah, I like how that looks. Now, these are those Tim Holtz flowers. I got a pack of them from my darling friend Amy. I think for my birthday, in with my birthday gift, she sent those, I think. Now, you see, and they fit in there like that, quite happily. And yeah, I'm pleased with that. Right, so we're on the home straight. We've got our very final one, and that's the one where we've just got that. And we're definitely going to have these. So, do I want a bit of that? That could look quite nice. And we'll have those on there. Or maybe if I could find a little bit wider, I'll just have a little rummy. Right, I found a bit that I really like. And you'll just see like the scraggy bits poking through. But that's what I want. And I'll just trim the top of the bottom slightly a bit bigger than the card itself. Because this one, the photo of my nan's, they're both called Lily, by the way. Because my nan was her eldest daughter and she named her after herself. And yeah, they're both Lily, Big Lily and Little Lily, they was. Or Lil, everyone calls them Big Lil and Little Lil. Right, and we've just got some scraggy bits coming off the end. And this looks a bit like old sort of net curtains, don't it? Which my nan loved a net, and if they weren't sparkly white, oh yeah, now she's that weren't right. So you had to take them down, soak them in this stuff, like starchy sort of stuff. It was a whitening thing. Soak them all day and then shake them out and hang them up wet so that they dry with no creases, but with sparkly white, like dazzling. I have to put your sunglasses on, right? But yeah, funny little things that would make her happy or not happy. Right, just get some glue around this. And I probably won't do much to this one because I don't want to cover them up. I love this old picture. It's full of all the old, like it's got creases. It's so old that, yeah, all these marks and that are what's on the like original photograph. But for that, I love it all the more, you know. I really do. It's one of my favourite photographs that I own. And so because of that, I don't want to cover them up too much. I might give them a couple of little flowers on the net curtain that I've coffee dyed. Oh, and I've coffee dyed these flowers, and oh, she'd be going mental if she see what I've done to them, because they're not sparkly bright white. Right, sorry, that was a bit of a clonk. I could have one up there and one down here like that. Yeah, I think that will be fine. And then we'll gather them together, and what I want to do, like these could just be dotted about throughout the journal, or if you weren't making a journal, you could make some to send to a friend or something. But what I'm going to do, right, I took my lovely friend Denise over at Wonderbar Crafts. I took one of her kits and I scaled it down to do some work with last week. You might have seen the video. But then what I thought with these little belly bands, I thought if I gather together my cards now that I've made, I think we'll have the kiddies on top. And then a fabric one like that. And then if we gather them together, I don't know whether this one will go round. No, it might need to be a bit longer. This one might go. If it doesn't, I've got more of this. Oh no, look, it does, you see. And then it's like a little thing that they can slide in and out of. So I don't want to go too tight or they won't move at all. And too loose, it'll just fall off. So we've got to get it sort of comfortable, kind of where they'll slide in and out, but not too loose. So bear with me, loves. Hang on a minute. It should be up that way, and then the writing. Right. Can't see. No, the writing's up that way. Right. And I'll pop some glue just across the end, and then if I've done it too loose, we can always just peel that off, because I'll pop more glue on if this is right, but if it ain't, I'll still be able to work with it. And oh, hang on, I don't want to pull that one out of its thing. I think that will probably be fine, because they do slide out and slide back in again, but it's not falling off because I have got bits and bobs poking out. So I can just give it another bit of glue so it's down nicely. And then, right, put them together. Don't cover the kids' faces up like that. Could be a little bit tighter, I guess. Although, like I said, it's not going to fall off because I've got these. I've got bits of fabric. But before this is stuck down fully, I'm just going to take it in like just another mil or two. You know, so that it's not slipping right off. And I need to get that in a straight line. I can trim that bit. Right, that is fine. And then I think what I want to do, I could maybe do an eyelet and have something like that, but then I do want this to slide into a pocket itself. I've got these that are scaled down. No, I could put a bit of trim, a little dangly bit of something. Let's slide the cards out nicely. Oh, right. Oh, I'm gluing the back one. That's it. Right. We'll put our little tags back in there, in the cards. Is that all of them? 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's it. Right. I'll pop them to one side. Right. And I needed a little trim there. And a little bit of ink. And so, I'm going to try and find a little bit of trim. Right, I've got a bit that really I should have stuck on before I glued it together, because I can peel that. It's not quite 100% glued, because otherwise it's just gonna be like mission impossible, that's the right way up for the words, trying to get it nicely. So I've just undone that, and yeah, we'll have a little bit of lace coming off the bottom. And so then that will be a nice little sleeve to keep those journaling cards in, and it's not too bulky that it won't pop in a pocket itself, which is what I want to do with it. Now, I don't want it going right to the end because I've got to tuck that under, so I'll just press this on, get it nice and straight where I want it, like that. Sorry, when I've got those on this glass thing, it does clonk, don't it? I do apologise, and I also apologise if my big fat head was in the way and all. I didn't mean to do that either. Right, so now that will glue and it'll be nice because I've not done the lace underneath. So I will just double check before I press down hard with my fingers that I've still kept it at the right place. I'm sure I have. Hang on. Get rid of that. And that will sit like that. Right, I'm going to put another bit of glue on because my original piece has started to dry. Right, that is plenty. And I just need to get a straight line like that. And there's our little sleeve to keep our little journaling cards nice and tidy. So we've got that one. They need to go in the pocket. Sorry if you can hear children shouting and that, they're playing out in the street outside my house. I live in like a little square, and the kids play out there because it's safe. Not my lot, but the local kids. So there's all 5 of our little altered playing cards. They've all got a nice lot of room on the back to journal on, and then obviously that one's got 2 cards in it. I'll put this one in first and I'll just fold that over, and then we'll pop the others in. Make sure that's in the pocket. Oh, that's wanting to go in the pocket of the other one, that's it. And we'll pop Auntie in there. And there they are. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had fun with me and that. And yeah, I just wanted to do like little simple few journaling cards for the finishing touches to the journal. So, I should be coming back with everything all made, really. I might probably have a few finishing touches to do once it's all together. I'm just waiting for my cover to dry at the minute. I've sewn in the signatures to the fabric. Oh, I can show you that bit, can't I? I've got the signatures all sewn onto my fabric, and it's got the iron-on like stiffener onto the fabric to make it a bit more sturdy. And yeah, I've got the cover drying over in the kitchen, so I should be back adding finishing touches, which is one of the favourite parts of any journal, is when you've got it all together and you're just going through making sure that everywhere is beautiful and exactly how you want it. So hopefully that'll be me tomorrow, hopefully, but if not, I'll be back with something else, as you know, very soon. I love you all loads. I appreciate every single one of you, new and old, and yeah, I'll be back very soon. Love you loads. Bye bye.